Oi, get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stad will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You want to go Bayern Munich. Little 2032 Bayern Munich driller. Happy days. We get the next up and coming star. Hey, how about it, Florian? Florian. How art thou, Florian?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. We are out here and we're here to talk about Liverpool Football Club. A win today in the FA Cup. Obviously beating Wolverhampton Wanderers by 3-1. Obviously Robertson channeled in his inner Roberto Carlos to score that first goal. Mo, with another great pass from Robertson, scores the second, and Curtis Jones on the weak foot from outside the penalty box. Fantastic finish by Curtis Jones, and Liverpool end up winning the game. Big up to all of you guys locked in. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you, please hit the like button. Please subscribe, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay. I didn't really record the pre-recorded video just because we're going live literally after an hour from the game to react to it anyway, so I thought it's pointless to just do a pre-record. So yeah, this is going to be our match reaction for tonight. Big up to all you guys locked in, and hope you guys are all having a fantastic time. Hope you guys are all great. Please do like and subscribe now, all of you. Please hit the like button, subscribe right here, right now. K-Mac channel is in the description. Jamie Phillips, Liverpool Chats TV is in the description. Mike Das, LFC, is in the description. And Emeka doesn't have a channel, but he is. You can find him here. So you can find him in this channel. So like and subscribe. So big up to Emeka. Big up to all of you guys locked in. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Jamie Phillips, I'm gonna start with you. Talk to me about the Liverpool Wolves game tonight.
Yeah, good game. First half, I don't think was as bad as a lot of people might think it was. I just don't think we had any cutting edge in front of goal, but I thought we kept the ball really well, moved the ball around nicely. Rio was excellent, keeping width, keeping the wide area. It was nice seeing, some kinds of triangles of play on their left-hand side, which is first time I've seen that this season. Robbo and his winger combined in constantly, keeping fullbacks back. Wolves got a very attack-minded fullback. He couldn't get forward once because Rio just kept pushing him back constantly, which helps then your midfield to actually get the ball and, have freedom in the midfield to actually play football. That's why Gravenberch and especially Curtis Jones looked a lot better today because of that situation. Yeah, much improved game, and just little things like that helps. Width helps your team. Speed kills, man, and St. Liverpool have lacked for all season now. All season. Rio just hugging that touchline with his pace, can go in, can go out. It lets Robbo underlap him. It lets Robbo overlap him. Fullbacks don't know what to do. You see Gravenberch and that had far more room in the midfield today. They also had an out ball. You saw that a few times, especially when Grav was whipping the ball over first time towards Rio. We don't have that in our locker when you play Gakpo and Salah on both wings, because they just go inside and make everything narrow, make the pitch bigger, kept the ball nicely. Second half, obviously, he played a little bit quicker, pushed the tempo up a little bit. Robbo scoring a quality goal, especially for Robbo, because Robbo somehow misses from 3 yards but can score from 20. That's Robbo. Great finish by Robbo. Then 90 seconds later, tremendous cross. Do you know what it is with Robbo? I said this on my watch log. I think we forget how good Robbo is. He's a tremendous left back. He's been the best left back in Europe for a long time. One of the best left backs in Europe for a long time. And I think we forget how good and how capable he actually is. And just having a wide man, just having someone with pace in the wide areas, just changes the whole way you can play football. you can take, because I've always said our midfield is overworked because we have no pace in the wide areas, so we never have an out ball. And today you see when your midfield's not so overworked and you've got an out ball, you can use that out ball and push higher up the pitch. Frimpong, I thought when he came on was excellent on that right hand side, again giving us pace and width on that right hand side, giving you a lot of energy, stopping fullbacks getting forward. I thought he was really good when he came on. Trainioni, I thought was extremely tidy when he came on. Passes the ball between the lines very well. I don't think he gave anything away from what I watched. Very good on the ball, comfortable as well. Curtis Jones scoring a very good goal. Curtis Jones was great today. I thought he put a very good performance in. And it was nice and tidy. Obviously, conceding the goal, it's always, the way Szoboszlai. I don't like Szoboszlai right back for this reason. This has happened 3 times now with Szoboszlai playing right back. He gets caught out because it's not his position. He doesn't know how to defend it. And I've kept saying this. So, yeah, that's my only thing there. I prefer my midfielder in midfield. But, yeah, I saw some tempo today, especially in the second half. I saw some triangles, some nice play. Midfielders like looking for the wide areas because you had a Rio there and Frimpong when he came off the right. And I thought Wirtz, after his back injury, came on today and looked really nice. I thought Wirtz was knitting things together quite well when he came on. So, look, good victory into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Find out the draw on Monday. And, it was a refreshing game to see from just a system point of view, how different Liverpool look when they have pace in the wide areas. We're a completely different side.
I'm not sure what game you watched, Jamie. Like, genuinely not sure what game you watched because we were fucking dreadful first half. Like, so bad first half. Like, absolutely nothing in the game first half. Wolves had so much long ball possession that they could have broke on us so many times, but we managed to nick the ball away. Like, we were awful in the first half. And look, Curtis Jones played 3 different positions today. Like, I have no idea what the manager's doing. Like, I don't even think the players know what the manager's doing right now. Like, he started Curtis Jones as the right back. He then put him in midfield on the right-hand side because Gravenberch played in like a weird 10, like a forward 8 like position. Gravenberch didn't play defensive at all today. So he was moving Curtis Jones all over the place. Then Curtis Jones ended up on the left-hand side at one stage. And the reason why we actually won that game is because Curtis Jones ended up in the position where Curtis Jones has been playing really well, in McAllister's position. And he knitted everything together. Like, the only reason we had the ball moved to Robertson in a fast position is because Curtis was there. Because he's not a guy that just stands there and needs 25 touches and has to do a ballerina turn and doesn't go back to the defence. He played it forward. He played it in the lines. And then Robbo was free. Like, Rio was free, Robbo was free, and they combined. And Robbo hit a worldie. That's a worldie for Robbo. And Robbo's been shit for a long time. Like, Robbo's not a great player. But if Robbo gets a lot of time off and he comes on fresh, then you have something there with Andy Robertson. But then we also have to question, what the fuck was he doing for their goal? He was the last man as well. Like, him and Dominic Szoboszlai F that up big time. Like, if that was 2-0, that would have been a completely different game when they got that one back. Because they would have had something.
There was
really
3 minutes left.
So for me, Rio was great. Rio was really good. Not sure why he got subbed, by the way, but he got subbed. Like, he doesn't need to be subbed, but he did. And I'm glad that we got to play a few more players because right now I'm looking at Trey Naoni thinking, I think we could just play him to the rest of the season. Like, we could just play him for the rest of the season because he does far more in midfield than the other two than Gravenberch and McAllister now. Doesn't give the ball away, gets stuck in. He's a really good presser. Like, you want to try something new, and you want to try and get something different out of Liverpool. Maybe play Trey because he's always looking for a forward pass. Always looking for a forward pass. He reminds me of Curtis Jones, but just a younger version with a bit more athleticism right now. So I'm more than happy to roll the dice with him. Really am. Like, McAllister's dreadful today. He was dreadful. Gravenberch was dreadful today. Again. Like, what did Cody do as well?
Okay. Hold on. I think we're being I'm
not giving him praise for that.
Like, we're being a little melodramatic
early on in the week.
Well, okay, we're being a little melodramatic. I think that listen, guys, I know that I have been Arnie Slott's biggest supporter this season. I know that I've called Anfield certain names, but listen, like the only bad words that you can have about anyone today are for Cody Gakpo. Like other than that, first half, Wolves had 29% possession. They didn't even have an attempted shot. They had absolutely nothing. They only had 100 passes in the first half. There wasn't even the sniff of anything. There wasn't even the possibility of them getting a shot on goal. Even their manager came out today. You watched the post-game press conference with the manager. He goes, today showed the difference in levels between us and Liverpool. It's that simple. When they're on it, this isn't even a competition. It's not even a conversation. We're not even in the same realm or the same universe. That's out of his mouth, their manager. I think that we're like this, like at the end of the day, listen, could we have been better in the first half? 100%. Were we bad? No. If I had to grade it on a scale from 1 to 10, slightly above average, maybe 6. Rio could have gone far post, should have done a little bit better. Only real chance of the half. Were we moving the ball slow? Absolutely. Was our off-ball movement still poor? 100%. But were we giving anything away? Not even in a remote possibility did Wolves have a chance at scoring a goal in the first half. Second half comes out, playing a little bit quicker. All of a sudden, we just abandoned the right-hand side. I mean, listen, you could say that our inability to play on the right side of the pitch, that is something that you could genuinely critique with real analysis. You could say, you know what? It's odd that Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Mohamed Salah, no one can figure it out down the right-hand side unless Frimpong's on the pitch. But down the left, we're fine because now we have a winger who can actually take on his fullback and can make guys fall. Like literally, he was leaving everyone in the dust. Rio today proved that he should be starting every week. And Cody Gakpo proved that once again, you are a waste of space. Revoke his visa. Get him out of the team. He cannot play at this football club. But regardless of that, listen, we did our job. We won 3-1. It doesn't matter that they scored a goal, which also, remember, that's a counterattack off of a set piece that we looked like we wanted to score. So first and foremost, everyone's up the field. They hoof it long. Szoboszlai looks like he's going to commit for the clearance and then pulls his foot away. That's on Sobo. That's not on Robbo. Szoboszlai, either don't put your foot up or continue running and get out of play. But it doesn't matter because it was the 91st minute and there was 3 minutes left. And then, Ibrahim Konate literally missed a wide open goal. That could have been 4-0. Curtis Jones, what was he? 1 foot offside. That could have been 5-0. Doesn't matter. We did our job. We showed why Wolves don't even have 20 points in the league. We upped the tempo when we were able to. Everyone who came on the pitch looked good and improved the game. Florian Wirtz made us look better, and Yoni made us look better. That kid whose name I don't even remember, he even was pretty decent. He probably should have taken a touch and kicked it with his right foot rather than trying to go with an outside the foot first time finish. But I think we're being a little bit overly negative. At the end of the day, the only things that you can criticize are Cody, the right-hand side being, completely inefficient, and, the fact that we just decide to play slow for no particular reason. And the couple times that Gravenberch switched the play to Rio completely changed. All of a sudden, we could just stretch the pitch, which is what we need to do more of. Like, we need to do more of switching play, going long, stretching the pitch, enough of this slow, lethargic buildup, but we didn't give anything away. So I don't think that there's many negatives, if any negatives, and we have to be fair to the 11 players on the pitch, except for Cody Gakpo. No one, you're not allowed to be fair towards him. It's done. It's kaput. Get him out. Get him gone. But we all know Cody Gakpo, number 18, is going to be starting in Turkey, and it's going to suck.
So I don't think too much actually changed between the two games. I think today just showed the difference it makes when you just improve the quality that's on the pitch. And I think that's been the issue all season. We can say what we want about the manager and his tactics, but there's certain things that go above and beyond tactics. You just put a better player out there in Rio that can stretch the play, that actually has gravity on the left-hand side, and all of a sudden the tactics haven't changed. The players that's on that side of the pitch is just better. And I think that's all that happened. We finished our chances. We had more than enough chances to win our last game on Tuesday. We just, again, how I see it playing with Gakpo and Salah on both wings is like you're basically playing with 9 or 10 men. Salah can't get past his man. Gakpo can't get past his man. Ekatike's on an island by himself. If Wirtz isn't there, like we have our actual midfielders, like we don't have those midfielders that can break the lines. So it's naturally going to look boring, regardless of the tactics. And it's the players. At the end of the day, the players have to perform. And I think today the players performed. Rio just added a dynamic that we've been missing all season, that all of us essentially called for. I just think we have to be careful because he is still a kid. Like we've seen this story before. He can't play every game. Like he physically isn't going to be able to do that. So, of course, we want him to play.
Seeing it before. I feel like we saw it a little bit today as well. When he came off, I felt like he was a bit tired. I can't lie to you.
Yeah. So I just don't think he can play all the time. But again, that's why it's a recruitment issue, right? We said it in the summer. Diaz should have been replaced. We're in a position where Gakpo essentially has no backup, right? So he has to essentially play because the manager didn't want to play Ekatike and Isak together, etc. But again, so my main takeaway from the game was I don't have much to complain about. I think we just saw essentially that if we had better players this season, specifically in attack, I think we still could have been up there competing this season. We've just had certain players that have fallen off a cliff, and like no one's scared coming up against Gakpo anymore. No one's scared coming up against Salah anymore. Ekatike is unproven. Our attack just nosedived this season. I think that's what today's game highlighted for me.
K-Mac, why do you feel, first of all, big up to Ed, who says, Mike, did you take a Xanax? You're talking with sense and calmness.
I'm not on a Xanax, but I watched that whole game. Didn't give away shit. Like we turned up the pace when we needed to. Rio made all the difference. Same problems that I've seen earlier this season, but at the end of the day, like we picked up the pace. All of a sudden, we were creating chances. And it's amazing what happens when you have a winger who can actually create something by taking on the fullback. But yeah, again, we won 3-1. I'm not going to sit here and act like the world is on fire. That's the thing that I want to ask K-Mac. K-Mac, why are you upset about today's performance? What's the things that are annoying you? Because I think we should always be able to listen to the opposing opinion. So I'm not going to shut you down. I just want to know what's irritating you. Tell me.
We dropped 3 points against this team. This team was a shit team when we played them a couple of days ago, but we can't get up for that game. Like we can't play well in that game. That's the game that matters. That's the game that takes us into third place if we put 3 goals past them. Like, that's what annoys me, is this team is so inconsistent. Like, okay, great, we beat Wolves. Whoopie-doo in the FA Cup. What if we get Manchester City in the next round or Arsenal? Like, and then we got a game before that against Fulham and we get beat by Fulham, but we beat Arsenal. Like, I'm just sat there going like it's fucking pathetic. It's pathetic that it takes a 17-year-old and Curtis Jones and a one-off performance by Robbo for everyone to just go, yay, Liverpool are amazing again. Yay, this manager's incredible. Like, we were dog shit the first half. We were dog shit the first half in the last game as well. Like, the difference is Curtis Jones played in midfield in the second half in this game. Like, if Curtis Jones would have stayed at right back, then who knows what would have happened, because the ball wouldn't have moved.
What's annoyed you about today's performance specifically? Just today.
Look, Wolves missing 2 players out of that game. And one of them was a guy that bossed our midfield. in the last game. A guy that we were linked with heavily, who's only about 5'6", but still bossed on midfield.
Okay, Mac. About today's game specifically, what annoyed you in the first half? Just explain it to us so we can understand.
What annoyed me in the first half is they had 10 men behind the ball the whole time, and we didn't try anything. We had 10 shots. Does anyone remember any of the shots that we had in the first half? Just anybody? We had 10 shots. Does anyone remember any of them going near the goal?
Rio almost scored
Did
twice.
he made any saves?
Rio had a couple that hit the keeper.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a couple.
But
Blocks
again, I don't think
over the
anyone. I don't
Right.
think anyone's reaction was, "Oh my God, we're amazing! Let's go, Arne Slot." I think it was just we showed up, picked up the pace, showed what we could do if Rio's playing on the left, showed what we could do if Frimpong is playing up on the right, basically as a right winger, showed what we could do if Curtis Jones is on the pitch. Like again, I don't think anyone's sitting here.
Just an actual threat on the pitch. We've been playing with Gakpo and Salah, who haven't been threatening this season. You put an actual threat up there and
Jones
draw
fit all
the
season.
fingers, and you have space for others to create.
Curtis Jones has been fit all season. Rio's been fit all season. Like, there's no reason why these guys couldn't have played any games. There's no reason why you couldn't have tried something different. There's no reason why you couldn't have even swapped Gravenberch around from playing him in a stupid position where he doesn't seem to be. Like this, and that's what annoys me the most. Is like there's easy, quick wins for Liverpool. Like we can see it, but then you rip it all up. Curtis Jones will get dropped for the game on Tuesday. Rio won't play in the game on Tuesday. Like this is what we expect. Like Frimpong's going to go in as right back. Salah's going to play as right wing, and it's going to be Gravenberch, McAllister, and Dominic Szoboszlai in midfield, and then it's going to be Hugo up front. That's what it's going to be, and it's going to be Slot's son on the left hand side. That's what's going to happen.
You're basically saying we don't have the players.
So, K-Mac, is your perspective now more Slot in, but we need better players, or what?
No, Slot out, 100%. Like always has been since the start of 2025, mate. Like I was one of the first that said this guy's not good enough.
I think Slot should go 100%, but I think the weighting on the players in terms of our downturn in performances this season, it's out of whack in the fan base. I think it's like if the players aren't good enough, you can't turn water into wine. If the players aren't good enough, there's nothing that Slot taught Rio today. That's just his talent level. He's an attacker. He's a threat. He draws defenders. There's no tactics to what he did. Just like there was no Slot didn't make Salah score fucking 48 goals and assists last season. That was his level last season. So if that drops off, if you don't have a replacement, the coach can't make water.
Emeka, I feel like you're doing the exact opposite of what K-Mac is doing. I find it crazy. Jamie and Mike are considered the crazy ones. They've both been very balanced today. And K-Mac and Emeka, you're both at completely different ends of the spectrum for me because, yes, Slot didn't make Mo score 48 goals, but he definitely platformed him in a way where he can succeed. So the question now becomes, why couldn't he platform our better players again this season to be able to succeed? There are a lot of things that K-Mac is saying.
That's why I'm mad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that K-Mac is saying that is very true about regarding players and certain individuals, and how, as an example, there were many points this season where Frimpong would have a great game, and then the game after you would see Bradley start at right back. Kirkes would have a great game, and then the game after Robertson would start at right back. There was no real consistency or continuity as well. Same thing in the midfields as well. Same thing in, the front lines, and I feel like we haven't really, I don't want to bring back the same conversation, but that Atletico lineup, I probably showed 500 million times, but we didn't see it once after, even though that was an incredibly dominant performance for us. And those are the things as well that I think of and go why couldn't we just do these basic things that Slot himself was actually good at last season? And even now, look, here's the thing. This is our lineup against Galatasaray. Alisson, Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk, Kerkez, McAllister, Soboslai, Gravenberg, Salah, Gakpo, Ekitike. That's the team. That's the team right there for Galatasaray. And it doesn't shock any of us. I think he's just gonna run. By the way, if Bradley was here as an example, if Bradley was fit, then you would have games where you'd see Bradley start at right back, even though Frimpong is cooking. Like, these things have been happening, and that's the thing. I feel like no one in the team has really gathered momentum. No one in the team has really built up their confidence levels. In terms of today's game, though, like Mo's run for the second goal, he's made a lot of times, but Kerkez hasn't made that pass. That's why for me today, Robertson is the man of the match. I give Robertson a 10 out of 10. I think he's the man of the match in today's game. He's just absolutely phenomenal. You know, I agree with you on Curtis Jones. I like the midfield performance today. It was a lot better than the game on Tuesday. But for me, the reason why as well I'm starting to look at some of these players is I feel like today they just played with pride, really. Not different tactics or anything like that. Like, they played like they cared, you know? And that for me is something that they haven't done a lot of, you know? They haven't played like they've cared. And that's something that's irritated me as well, because I called up the second goal where Alisson gives them the ball. I'm talking about the Wolves game on Tuesday. Alisson gives them the ball and never just sat there watching. I don't think it's okay to just sit there and watch as you're getting abused, you know, on like, oh, Andre, you want to take a shot? Here you go, take a shot. And that for me is an issue, to be honest with you. So that's like, I'm a little bit balanced, but in terms of today's performance, I like the performance today, but we need more of it. Can I guarantee that we get more of it, Emeka? And that's the problem? No, I can't guarantee that we get more of this. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. And I think
KJ, what?
Yo,
Sorry, I just want to put KJ's opinion because he just joined us. Apologies.
No, you just
AJ, tell me your thoughts, brother, on today's game. Talk to me.
what, in general or Salah?
General.
I think you guys pretty much hit the nail on the head. Specifically you, Hassam. I think Robertson, he was my man of the match as well. I think we looked a whole lot better, especially in the midfield. It looked balanced, which is weird to say this season because it's one thing we haven't looked at all. But like he says, I think that's down to players rather than individuals, or when I mean individuals, I mean Slot giving individuals specific tactics that he wants them to do and then go and implement them on a pitch. I think that was a pride thing. I think that was wanting to get revenge for Tuesday. I think that was the players wanting to make up for that somewhat. And apart from that, they needed to, irregardless. After Tuesday, I wasn't accepting anything other than a performance and a win. So the winner done that. So job done. On to the next.
What did you guys make of Rigo Moa's performance today? Emeka, I saw you make a lot of praise for him as well. I'll let you start with that one.
Yeah, I just think he's a talent. Like, he just has that engine and just that eye for just I feel like people talk about today's game players being very robotic and there's no individualism. Like, his game is very individualistic. You kind of give him the ball and you let him, there's no tactics to it. The players play off of him. They move around him based on where he's going. And I think underrated from him too is his passing. Like, he actually, like when Robbo was overlapping, he just made the simple through ball to Robbo where he could make a cross into Salah, just like the basics. I think that's what I look for when I'm evaluating young players is if you just have the solid fundamentals, then it's easy to plug you in because you're going to do the basics right for the team. And then your individual talent can show in moments. And I think it's telling when you have the sort of players we have in our team and just seeing how much they were looking for him in that first half. Specifically, you could see that they trust him. They actually believe in his ability. And it's really just a matter of him having time to grow, develop. I just think we have to be careful because remember the same thing kind of happened to Bajetic when we had that shit season. And I think we played him probably too many minutes, especially in a Klopp style of play. So we do have to remember the age of this kid and just take good care of him because I think clearly the talent's there. Clearly the team plays completely different when he's just able to stretch the pitch for us. And I think against low blocks, that element's going to be important. So even if he's not able to start every game, I think clearly he's shown now that maybe his minutes should go from 10 or 15-minute cameos to 20s and 30s and even 60 sometimes if he does start. But yeah, I just think he just completely changed the game for us, and that was the main difference, because I don't think we played that much better than the game we lost. We just finished our chances this time. That's the main difference to me.
I think Rio's
I just want to
playing
point
with the
something out on
freedom.
Rio on Rio today. By the way, just the whole match. So the way we play football this season is all centered around getting Gakpo in space for him to do what he does anyway, which is cut inside and hit the first man. That's how Liverpool are set up. You can see it in the first half. Like, we were doing the horseshoe shit all over again, like really slow, really laborious, but we were playing long diagonals to Rio to get him on his own. So we were doing that. So this wasn't a case of Rio was like inventing things himself. Like, the whole tactics were to make sure he had space, which has been the opposite to Mo Salah on the other side, which is why Mo Salah hasn't had space this season. And Gakpo's the one who's had all the shots. He's the one that's missed all the chances. But the thing is, and this is something I do worry about, because he was left isolated so many times, because that's what Liverpool do. They just isolate their wingers. No one makes the run beyond them. No one takes away the other players. They're always isolated. He got nailed quite a few times in the first half, like fouled, pushed off the pitch, shoved on the floor. And you can really see that he is still a child. Like, he hasn't got that body strength yet. Like, he will get shoved off the ball. But what I really liked about him is he just got up and got on with it. Like, he literally just got up. Like, he was literally fouled about 4 or 5 times. Like, one of them, he got kicked in the head. Like, if you remember that one. And he just got up and got on with it. And I'm like, that's a really good attitude to have. Like, there's a lot of kids, like, if they got fouled like that, they might just disappear at the game and he might not want the ball in case they get kicked again. But he was always there calling for it. So I think there's something there. I really do. But people saying that he shouldn't play, why shouldn't he play? Like, we don't play Jurgen Klopp football anymore. So you're not going to burn out, is he? Because we don't do that much running anymore.
We say
That's the thing. I want to ask Jamie this
we
question
say
as
that
well.
though, but we do burn out players because we don't rotate them. I think Rio was just playing with a fearlessness and a freedom that only Jones, Ekatike, and Wirtz have been playing with this season. And it's a surprise. These are the players that, regardless of what Slot's asked them to do or what he wants them to do, they're still players who have took it upon themselves to not necessarily let Slot get his claws into them, so to speak, like everyone else who seems robotic, robust in some ways, stiff in other ways, and just lack of ideas, because what the ideas that Slot wants them lot to do leaves them not wanting for ideas as well, because they can't implement it.
Let me ask Jamie and Mike this question. Just before I do that, big up to Matthew, says we weren't dog shit in the first half. It was much improved in terms of first halves of late. K-Mac, sort your head out, lad. You sound like a bitter kid, is what Matthew said.
What, do you want me to put it in a ponytail?
Think he wants you to get the sabo, you know.
Yeah, maybe he wants to
Did you notice how quick they came out?
Yes. Big up to you, Matty. Listen, I think K-Mac has explained himself, and we can disagree with it. We don't have to agree. Mike and Jamie, I started with Jamie on this one. Do you think we're applying too much pressure on a 17-year-old kid to be like our savior this season?
Yeah, probably, but who gives a shit if he's good enough play? Do you know what I mean? What is this woke world we live in now, man? Look, if he's good enough to play, man. I don't care. I really don't care. Mavericks, you need them in your team. He's going to play what? Less than half a season from now on if he plays every game. Perfect. This might be the perfect time to bring him in. You know, he's not playing a whole season. It's March now. He's going to play the rest of March, April, and May. Play him. I can't watch another game with Cody Gakpo at left wing after that performance today from Rio. I can't do it.
You're gonna do it Tuesday, so
I don't think I will. I think Rio plays Tuesday.
Think so?
Yeah.
I
I
hope
think
so.
Rio.
Not a
whatever
way.
you want
maybe.
if he starts on Tuesday. Stop.
Because if Rio, I think Rio would have stayed on if he weren't going to play.
Away from home.
Nah, I can't see Rio. I can't see Rio
I don't think
starting away at Gala.
Gakpo was subbed off as well.
Yeah, with 5 minutes to go.
He won't start. He'll come
I
on.
think
At the end of the game.
I think Ekitike's
Gakpo's
fired.
default starting.
Ekitike starting because he never came on at all. But
Yeah.
I think
Jamie,
Slot's
you know
seen
this
enough.
team. Stop it. You know Gakpo.
I think Slot's got I think Slot's got a bit of a headache now because again he played Gakpo today as a striker and his first touch was terrible. He still went out to cut inside, which drove me mad. Even though he's starting centrally, just gets in the way.
He made himself offside by doing it.
I think I think Slot's got and everyone in chat's going like he won't last 20 minutes in Turkey and all that, and like
Bullshit.
Neville Cody, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think we have to be a bit brave now. I think Rio is scared the shit out of them, you know, and I think it's something we need to literally look at now.
I think he played Verts there, you know.
I wouldn't start Verts. I wouldn't start.
I wouldn't, but I think if Cody doesn't start, it's because Verts starts.
The reason I wouldn't start Verts is back issues are a horrible thing, man. I suffer with it and all that. You can have back spasms that can last for a week or two, goes away, you think you're fine, and it comes back. It's not the greatest thing. So I think I'd actually take my time with Verts, just keep bringing him in how we are. But yeah, he's got a choice to make, man. Look, I'd play Rio. I don't care about all this. It's a horrible atmosphere and all this sort of stuff. It's like, didn't Wayne Rooney score a hat-trick on his debut against Fenerbahce or something like that when he went to Man United as a teenager? Sometimes you just got to believe in what they are and let them play. You just got to. So does thingy at Barcelona get rested when they play Real Madrid? I mean, or do you just let him play because he's got talent? I think Liverpool are scared of talent at times, and they're like, "Oh, he's 17. He ain't gonna be able to hack the atmosphere." Cody Gakpo can't handle Molineux. So what? He's going to handle Glass Tessero all of a sudden? I don't know. I think today's performance and the way we played with that pace and the wide areas is something Slot's got to really look at, and it might have been like, yeah, you know what I mean. He might have to play. So yeah. I'm playing Rio all day long, man. I don't care.
Let me ask you all a question. This to everyone, including Mike as well. And this is a question. I just want to move on from today's game and not look at it just specifically today's game, because I feel like there's a lot for us to unpack in terms of like the direction we're headed in this season. First of all, big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. There's almost 500 people in the building, so I appreciate you guys being here, even on just an FA Cup game against Wolves. So thank you guys so much. I do need you guys to just like the video a bit more so we can push it to the algorithms. I just want to get to 200 likes. Since we have 500 people in here, let's just get to 50%. So please close the live chat and hit the like button. And big up to Matty and big up to Ed for the supers and everyone who supports the channel. I appreciate you guys always. I'm gonna start with you, Mike, first. Obviously, Liverpool are very inconsistent, as proven within 72 hours. Same team, same stadium, 2-1 loss, 3-1 win in the same exact stadium. Inconsistent this season. Where do you see Liverpool headed in the short-term future? What's Mike's world for Liverpool future from now until May only? If I were to take transfer window out the way, new manager out the way, just as constructed until May, what happens?
Listen, if we had deported Gakpo on Sunday, Curtis Jones would have scored and we would have won that game 2-1. So if Gakpo didn't exist, we win the first game. As long as we excommunicate Gakpo from football, I think we're going to be fine. I predict Villa to fall off. Remember, we have to play Villa as well. So that's 3 points that you can take on them in the top 5 race. We also have to play Chelsea at home. That's 3 points that you could take Chelsea off as well. We also have to play United as well. That's another 3 points that you can take off. So, short term, unfortunately, outside of the Tottenham game, I think we're more than fine with finishing top 5. We might get charitable. We might give Tottenham some charity. I know that Anfield likes to hand out party favors, and that party favor might be a point or 3 to Tottenham. But outside of that, I think that we're going to be fine. I think that we will finish in the top 5. It is a top 5 race, and I think that we've seen the inconsistency just over the last 2 weeks with Chelsea, with Villa, with United. We've seen the inconsistencies with teams that are not named City or Arsenal. So Premier League, I'm not too concerned. When it comes to Europe, listen, a lot is going to hinge on this first game against Galatasaray. If Arne Slot learns from his mistakes, if he doesn't go there with the same team, do I think that Rio Ngamoa is going to? I would like to see him start, and I would like to assume that him getting pulled at the 68th minute is an indication of that. But do I think that's the end-all be-all of that game? No. I think the end-all be-all is making sure that Curtis Jones, Ryan Gravenberch, McAllister, and Wirtz are all on the pitch. That's what I think is more important. If Cody Gakpo happens to be there, that's fine. Cody, play 60 minutes and then bring on Rio for the last 30 minutes of the game. Like, I don't – my opinion on Rio is simple. The guy should get 30 minutes a game, every game, no matter what. Like, Cody Gakpo legit is negative. But if you don't want to start the kid, bring him on in the second half. Wait till the 60th minute, have him play. At this point, there's only 8 games left in the Prem. You've got the Champions League. You've got the FA Cup. There's no excuse for him to not get 25 a game. Frimpong also, he needs to be playing every single game. As long as he's fit, Frimpong is in the lineup. I don't care who it is. But listen, I personally have confidence against Galatasaray. I think that it would be so un-Liverpool like to get knocked out at the round of 16. Like they need to build up some hope before they crush our dreams, much like the beginning of this season. Like they teased us with those 5 wins. They need to tease us in Europe. We'll probably get past Galatasaray. I reckon I'm a little bit more confident against PSG than I am against Chelsea because I just can't stand us playing against English sides. And PSG just got bopped today by AS Monaco. So, going forward, there's possibilities, absolutely. And anyone can win the Champions League, guys. Remember that. Like, we have seen shit teams go on runs in the Champions League. It is a tournament. It's one game over 2 games, 3 different times. Doesn't matter what your form is, you can make things happen. So, we'll see. I'm not going to make any claims on the Champions League, but I think that we will finish top 5 for sure. But just show me something different on Tuesday, or what do we play on Tuesday or Wednesday? Either way,
Tuesday.
Midweek, show me something different, please, for the love of God. But yeah, simple.
Mike being positive I'm not ready for them.
I'm not even being positive. I'm being realistic. I'm being realistic. That wasn't even that positive. I didn't say we're going to win the Champions League. I didn't say we're going to finish 3rd. I said we'll get to top 5 and we'll probably get through Galatasaray. That's not like I spent £500 million. If you're calling that positive, Uzam,
Mike, we just got beat by Wolves in the Premier League.
I was going to say because Cody
Gakpo commits a red card foul against our own player. That's why we lost to the fucking Wolves. Because Cody Gakpo gave Curtis Jones sweet chin music. He looking like Shawn Michaels in the fucking Elimination Chamber. Come on, dude.
Guys, feel free to speak. Hello. I don't know why everyone
see this Galatasaray game upcoming. This is the one that I'm most nervous about in terms of in the Champions League. In the Champions League, everyone else in further rounds, when we get there, if we get there, that's neither here or there, but we'll see when we get to that. But this Galatasaray game, I've been hearing a lot of, I think we'll get past them. I think we'll beat them. I don't know where sometimes I've been hearing borderline confidence, and it's like, how are we even in a state to be that confident against Galatasaray? When furthermore, it's actually the weaker teams we've been so poor against this season in general anyway. It's like the players don't want to be up for the smaller teams, or we have an over arrogance and it comes and costs us against the smaller teams compared to the bigger teams where we'll go, if we're not necessarily going head to head with them, we'll do like what we did at Arsenal at the Emirates. We'll just park the bus, play diabolical low block football, but it worked. They never had a sniff and we should have come away with a win. But this Galatasaray game, because they're not, let's just say, your PSG, your Chelsea, any team will basically face in any of the rounds past this round 16. This is why I'm just as worried. Galatasaray are physical. I don't feel like they're going to give us a moment's rest with how our players are mentally going up, and then Galatasaray getting a goal or two. What's that going to do? There's so many factors that I'm worried about for this game. And yeah, Anfield, the second leg, that should go in our favour. But what if they put the tie what if they put the tie out of reach in the first leg? And what I mean by that is like a 3-0. Because on the slot, I don't trust us to overturn a 3-0 lead, 3-0 loss on aggregate back at Anfield with this slot and this Liverpool team.
Yeah, I don't. Everything you just said is why I'm actually more confident for the cup games like that we have left. I just feel like top 4 races we know are up and down. They go until the last day, so I'm not really going to be surprised with any result we have in the Prem. I just know on match week 38, I expect us to be in Champions League football. I just think I'd be very surprised.
When you say you wouldn't be shocked, I promise you Emeka's going to be annoyed if we lose to Spurs at Anfield.
No, I'll be annoyed. I'm just saying I won't be. I'll be very shocked if we don't make Champions League. Like, I just think the teams around us, even in our current state, I think we're better than them. The only team potentially I could see finishing above us would be Villa and United, but Chelsea, I just feel like we're going to finish above them. So again, I think these players are the same in terms of they're coming off a title, right? They don't getting up for a top 4 fight probably doesn't excite them that much. So you might see those lulls in certain games like Wolves, and it happens across sports, not just in football, right? Like you play down to your opponent. But I feel like in general, when it's a big game against a big opponent and we have to up it, I think these players are winners and they up it for those games. So I just feel like, yes, I don't think it'll be easy, but I just think that we have good enough players to at least compete. And I think we have players as well to take us over the top against Galatasaray. Next round, let's see what happens. But as I said, I do expect us to get through against Galatasaray.
The thing that worries me about Galatasaray is they play like a Premier League team and they've got a lot of Premier League players.
Yes.
And that's what worries me the most.
Yeah.
Like, and we've been shit against Premier League teams, let's be fair. Like, and for us to sit there and have this I'm not being funny, like, but I would say quite a lot of the fan base is probably just as arrogant as some of our players. Like, you have to work your fucking arse off to win games. Like, and that's something that Arnie Slot said last season, by the way. Like, we didn't have a lot of easy games last season. Like, we won the league by working really hard. And a lot of games were close in the end. Like, we won a lot of games 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. Like, we worked hard to win that league. I think we came into this just thinking it was going to be a walk in the park. Like, we had a bad preseason. We had a lot of players that weren't ready. We had a lot of players that probably shouldn't have came into the team straight away. We made a lot of mistakes, and we are where we are. And we have to work so hard to get anywhere this season. But you can't turn up to Wolves when if you beat them 5-0, you're third place, and the others have all got all the pressure on them, and they broke anyway because a lot of them lost or dropped points. But we're in this situation again where we're going into another game and everyone's sat there going, oh, yeah, we're going to be fine as Galatasaray. Well, guess what? They beat us already this season. So they've already got our cards. They've already beaten us this season. So you know exactly how to play against Liverpool. And they had chances in that game, by the way. That wasn't just a game that, like, oh, we were unlucky because they got a penalty. No, they had chances before the penalty. So this is not going to be easy. And Anfield isn't a fortress for anybody now.
But we was
We
also
drew
too
against
complacent that
Burnley.
game.
We drew against Burnley. We lost 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. Okay? It's not a fortress. We have to work really hard. And I don't think we've got enough players that work hard in this team. I just don't.
I think it's an over arrogance this season. I mean, I agree with the working hard thing. We definitely ain't been working hard, but I don't think we haven't been working hard because the players don't want to work hard. I think it's more so they've probably just checked out with the manager, or they've probably checked out in terms of the style of play we're playing because it don't suit half of the squad. Some players are probably sick of hearing the same old instructions that don't work. But overall, I think it's a over arrogance, because I don't mind the players having arrogance, especially Szoboszlai. This year, he's had arrogance and is somewhat shone with it. But then there's the other side of it, like the Barnsleys, where he's had an over arrogance and then he's got complacent because of it, punished. He did it again the other day, had a mistake, caught out, punished for it. Like, it's not just Szoboszlai, it's all players throughout the squad. We've named Gakpo. He has an over arrogance when he's in that left half space, when he's cutting in about to take the shot. Sometimes the shot's not on. Play the pass. Like, what game was it? What game was it when he scored? West Ham game? That one? The shot wasn't even on. He's lucky that he went in, but it wasn't even on. So, and we can list things like this with how many players. We can do a list, go down player after player, what mistake, what overconfidence or over arrogance is it? And it's just not good enough. So to talk about leaders, proper leaders, or people who like your Hendersons, your Milners, I do agree with that. I think Virgil needs to stand up more and do that, because right now I feel like Robertson is probably the only one who I see like that, and it kind of goes to show our season because he hardly plays, and he's the one who's keeping the standards.
The thing is with Liverpool moving forward, I think some things depends on like the draw. Something depends on who we get. Like, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I feel like low key Chelsea are gonna beat PSG. I hear what Kimek's saying about
I don't want
So
Chelsea.
do I.
I don't want Chelsea.
I don't want Chelsea after a big win in the Champions League. That's the worst time to play Chelsea. Like, Chelsea after beating PSG and knocking them out, in my opinion, will probably think that they're like the Real Madrid now. Like, you know, these players will be walking around playing like they're on some next level thing, unless they get like a couple of red cards against us or something. Like, they actually have quite a good team, you know, the likes of Joao Pedro, Palmer, Enzo, you know, Caicedo, even good players. So, like, that's the thing for me. And I agree with Matthew's point here. Big up to Matthew. He says we've played, he clarified that we played, I think he means better in the Champions League as it's progressed. I do agree. I think we started off a bit sticky with Eindhoven and Galatasaray, but I think these players are playing with a different energy in the Champions League. Like, I think they hear the Champions League anthem. I won't forget, before we went away to Marseille and played Roberto Di Zerbi, all of us were worried, or most of us, or a lot of us were really worried that something might happen away at Marseille. Okay, you weren't, Emeka, but when I say us, like I'm saying Liverpool fans in general, were worried about, you know, Roberto Di Zerbi's Marseille because of his style. We ended up winning. And you see the players, like, they care a lot more, you know, they play with a bit more pride. And that's something I brought up even about today's game. I just think the players cared more. Like, they just cared more. They put on their shirt and they're like, I'm actually going to go ahead and do this. So that's the thing. Like, it's you're put in a position where a part of you wants to believe, but a part of you just does want to be heartbroken when, you know, I'm doing a watch along, inshallah, Tuesday, happy, safe and healthy. All of us are here and we're sat here going like, oh, we're 3-0 down, we're 2-0 down, something like that. You know, like, it's just, I don't want to be put in that position, you guys. You know, Osimhen bullying one of the center backs, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I want to be confident, but I can't be confident.
You know the Marseille game? Yeah, the game after we got beat by Bournemouth. That's the problem. That's the problem. That is the problem.
Yeah, we don't.
That's when I went. Like I said, we're too.
Problem.
It's the slot cycle.
We don't have the squad, man. But
Find
again,
the solution. Go on, Emeka. Go on.
to your point, Hussam, I don't think any of us can be.
Never mind the squad.
I don't think it's a matter of being confident. It's more so I'm just confident that the players are going to care about these games, whatever that means. Like I'm not going to get. I expect them to fight in these games, and in competitions, that's really what you want. Like, and then you just hope that your quality outshines the other team. We still have quality in the team; they just don't show it every game. I just think in these FA Cup games and Champions League games going forward, you're going to see the best versions of our players. And then I could see in the Prem certain games where you just don't see it. They might not care as much. They might try to just go through the motions, and that's where you get draws and sometimes losses. But I think for them, like there is a bit of arrogance, but that arrogance for them is like, we're going to get into the top 4. We still have 8 games. We still play the other teams around us. I just think they're going to up it when it matters. But for them, like, success isn't, oh, we got top 4 this season. Like they're not, like that's not going to move these players. They want to try to win the FA Cup or the Champions League. Simple. So I think I just expect them to perform. Whether they win, we'll see, right? We'll see how that goes, but they will perform. I expect them to perform.
But it's that same old, just one moment. It's that same old slot cycle. We'll have the 2 games where we'll be all right. We'll get results. And then lo and behold, he reverts back to type. And then what happens on Tuesday is the prime example of what's been happening from game week 1 till now. And that's my worry, like what K-Mac was saying about, okay, then, if we do manage to get past Galatasaray in the first leg, it's the game after. It's Spurs.
But KJ, to honor your point, you know we had more big chances created in that Tuesday game than today?
Yeah.
And
with that, we still ended up losing.
Yeah, but that's
so I don't mind creating less big chances if we're going to win.
We had like 5, I think the stats was 4 or 5 big chances in Tuesday's game, and we had 1 in today's game. The chances are there. If the players don't finish their dinner, like it was last year. Let's look at last year when we were breaking through after Salah had tied the game. He make that, if that pass just goes through to Zobo, we win the game. It's moments, right? If the players don't perform in moments, friggin' Wolves' first shot was their first goal in the 80th minute. They didn't do anything for 80 minutes.
No, but neither did we.
If the attack doesn't score,
all our chances after they scored,
when you're
because
on
we
top.
threw everybody on like the kitchen sink. Guys,
Yes, Jamie.
Can I just remind everybody that we won today? Because this chat is all getting a bit depressing after a great victory today that progressed in the FA Cup. Yeah, we got a good victory today. We're talking about what happened yesteryear and what's going to happen in the future when we don't know. Let's just talk about what happened today, man. We won a game of football. We actually look good. You know, let's just talk about one game and the one game only. We don't know what's going to happen against Galatasaray. We know what happened in the past. But today we were good and we played some nice football. There's nice patterns of play. We saw Rio looking excellent today. You know, you saw an old version of Robbo back today. You saw some good midfield play. You know, like, yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
talk about it, Jamie. You're quiet. You're the one that's quiet. No one's stopping you. Tell us how we're going to win the Champions League and win the FA Cup. Go on, Jamie. We're here.
Graven Birch was really good today. Graven Birch is coming for a lot of criticism, and a lot of it is his own fault. A lot of it you can argue is the manager. But I thought today, he put all that to the side. I thought he played really well today. I thought that was the Graven Birch we're used to be seeing. Robbo was really good today. He's putting some really dangerous crosses in on that left-hand side multiple times. It was nice to see him and a winger interchange quite a lot. I haven't seen my winger and a fullback interchange at all this season. They were interchanging, doing some nice movement.
I really enjoyed to watch, to be fair.
I really enjoyed that. It was nice seeing Salah getting a very good goal in the back stick, making that good movement. Great cross by Robbo. Curtis Jones having a free role today. The manager let him have a bit of freedom in the midfield, let him roam around. He had the Verts role where he was moving about, getting involved. You could see his technical ability. Like, he's a good footballer. You saw that on show today as well. And I just enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed seeing Joe Gomez at centre back. Gave me some
So how
old
do you
vibes.
relate that with Liverpool moving forward? Tell me now. Moving forward, Jamie.
Moving
exciting.
forward, it's the players have just got to believe in themselves like they did today. That's what they got to do going forward. The players and the manager takes a lot of responsibility, as all managers do, and he should. Players need to take responsibility as well sometimes. I think as a fan base, we've probably let these players get away with a bit too much this season because we're hate for the manager. And I think that's a fair assumption to make. But the manager's also got to keep this spirit going in the next games coming up. Galatasaray is going to be a difficult game. We all know that, I think it will be a very tight game, but I do think there's a ability there for Liverpool to go and get a victory in Turkey, even if it's like a close game, and then come back and try and finish it at Anfield. You got to have that kind of belief now in the later stages. Top 5 is there for Liverpool to finish in. Villa look like they're dropping off a little bit. As a lot of people presumed they would do. You never know what's going on with Liverpool and Chelsea, so we don't know. But yeah, it's up to the manager now. He's got the manager in the next few games has got some choices to make. He himself saw today how different this Liverpool team look with pace in the wide areas. We didn't have as many chances as we did in the league game, but we were better. We were better in front of goal because the creation was better because of the wide areas. When Frimpong went right wing, it scared the hell out of them. They didn't know what to do, man. His pace over 5 yards is ridiculous. And it just pushes fullbacks back. And if you're pushing fullbacks back constantly for 90 minutes, you're going to get more joy eventually in a 90-minute game where you break teams down. And
he was moving the ball quicker in general.
Yeah, the ball moves. I say this all the time. Nothing moves quicker in football than the football. Right, and if you move the ball quickly, we've got players who want to move quickly. And this has been my biggest thing about Arne all season is that he doesn't want the players to move quickly enough at times. And when you do, and you let Curtis have a free roll like he did today, you saw his technical quality. You saw the wide players when they actually had a chance. I thought, I'm not saying Mo looked great or anything today, but Mo looked a little bit more free today. Yeah, because he could do that. When was the last time we saw Mo do a back stick run like that for a cross? Do you know what I mean? We haven't seen that for ages. And Mo is a genuine goal scorer. That's what you want Mo doing now, don't you? You want him in back stick runs, tapping it away. It was a beautiful run as well to get to that ball. We don't see that enough because it's all about pace. This team is so slow. And today I saw pace and it put a smile on my face. I was doing my watch log. I saw pace, and just having pace just cheers you up, man. And it doesn't matter who you are. Look how much damage what's his name? Is it Somerville? What's his name at West Ham? Right. I wouldn't say he's a tremendous footballer, but he causes problems for a lot of teams just because he's quick. He causes issues, and I think that's what Liverpool.
The thing with the wings, I do agree with Jamie. Look, I think Mo today, the role he played in the first goal was very good. Hold up the ball, keep it, nutmeg the player, play it into Curtis Jones, and Curtis Jones played it into Robertson, and Robertson with a Roberto Carlos, strike. I love that. What Mo did in the second goal, I also liked because of his positioning at the back post. I liked what Rio did all game long. That's I'm literally not disagreeing with you, Jamie. I want to come here and go we're going to win the Champions League. We're amazing. I really do want to say all this. But I'm just in a position now where I'm going okay, is it us being negative, Jamie, or is the team too inconsistent? Think, what would Jamie Phillips say had the same show been scheduled on Tuesday night? Imagine all 6 of us were here on Tuesday night after just losing to Wolves 2-1. Yeah, you yourself will probably be here going
but one thing you wouldn't have said is how quick the ball was moving and how free the players looked.
Let me just say one thing, Kedge, before I forget. There's certain things that Jamie is saying that's completely true. As an example, Ekitike. Ekitike is a player we all love. Sometimes he plays like he's the next Thierry Henry, and sometimes he plays like he's the next Iago Aspas. It's the truth, Yani. It's a lot of the the Wolves came away.
You're being unfair,
bro. Mike, hear me out. Sometimes he's dropping so deep into the football pitch. He's not in the dangerous areas where you want him to be. Sometimes he's missing easy headers in front of goal. If the guy had a bit more belief in himself, I do hear where Jamie is coming from, because I'll give you an example. If Ekitike scores that header against Man City, or Ekitike scores that header against... bro, who the hell did we lose after Man City, or we drew? There was a game. Wolves, Tuesday. Kirkes, remember when Kirkes crossed it to him? That could have been a goal as well by Ekitike right there. So there was
missed one against Burnley. He's missed quite a few.
Yeah, there is certain, and that's what leads me to believe that Jamie could be onto something when it comes to the Champions League, because every time these players play with pride and care and dignity, they actually perform.
Okay, but
including the ones that we've criticized all season long: Macamo, Gravenberg, everyone you want. Everyone plays. Today, Gakpo wasn't bad. As crazy as Gakpo was not.
Okay,
He was
yes, he was.
No, he was, and he wasn't. But I kind of get what Hissam was getting.
No,
at.
no,
Go on,
okay,
Mike.
Like, he held the ball. He made a couple of good passes and stuff. He wasn't. I wouldn't say he was crap today.
You're overlooking a very important fundamental fact about the Champions League. Like, when we lose these games, more often than not, we're losing them by 1 and we're losing them late. But the great thing about the Champions League is that the game is 180 minutes. It's not 90 minutes. There's a second leg. So, like, the only team that's blown us out is Manchester City. And guess what? How long ago was that? Was that 3-0? Couple months? Like, since then, I'm losing these games by 1 goal. Every time I'm losing a game, it's by 1 goal. And it's more often than not late. And when you think back to it, Galatasaray beat us by 1 goal. Even if we went to Turkey and we lost 1-0, I would still say we could still win this. The second leg is at Anfield. It's a 1-0 game. Like, that's the difference. Like, right now, I understand everyone's in the same position, because since October, we've known that we basically are running on suicide mode. Like, we have Arne Slot, who at any time is just he's got a finger on the nuke. And he's like, at any point, I can nuke us. I can just end us with my own decisions. Me alone, I can press this big red button and boom, it all goes kaput, right? But individuals have been the players to pull us out of the fire time and time again. And today, once again, going back to Emeka's point of like players getting off, with poor performances. But when it's that consistent and it's the same result and it's the same thing that they're being asked to do, I can't look at the players anymore. If I had a son and I kept leaving him at home with a bucket of paint and he kept painting on the walls, am I going to blame my kid or should I blame myself? I should blame me, because I should know better.
100%.
I should know better at this point. So, all we can do is sit here and take away the fact that Rio is good enough to play 30 minutes a game. Gakpo is the worst footballer in the history of the sport since this sport was discovered. Frimpong is fantastic on the right-hand side. Mo can provide moments when possible. McAllister is literally senile, like he needs to stop playing football, and we move. I think that we can go to Turkey, we can put it on performance, and just get out of there at worst. If you're going to lose by 1, take your chances at Anfield. But like, the only reason why I have any confidence in the Champions League is because every game is 180 minutes. It's 2 legs. So like, a lot of things can happen, and we don't get blown out. We don't lose games by 2, and we don't lose games early. We lose games late. And more often than not, we're missing a fucking laundry list worth of chances in these games that we're losing. So, like, I don't think that confidence is the right word. It's not confidence. It's more of, I know what these players are capable of, and the issue is that there's no consistency in that capability. But
okay, Mike, I'll reverse this on you. I want to ask you a question.
Recently, it's been more.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Mike, because this is everything you're saying. I literally have zero problem anywhere you're doing. But I want to ask you a question just quickly, because I also want to timestamp this section, because I want to look at like, how do we move forward in the knockout competitions? I'm going to ask Mike a question. Big up to AT says, are any of our current midfielders better than Wijnaldum? Here's the thing, AT, I'll be honest with you. Prime Wijnaldum, no. But Wijnaldum, towards the last 2 years of his Liverpool career, I'm not going to sit up here and rewrite players' histories, you guys. I'll be honest with you. Like, if we sign Olise in the summer, is he better than prime Salah? Or is he better than Salah who carried us to a title? No. But is he better than current Salah? Yes, it's the truth, yeah. So, which Wijnaldum are you talking about? The last 2 seasons of Wijnaldum, he wasn't that good. I'm going to be honest with you. Wijnaldum was getting cooked a lot of the times in midfield, ruining counterattacks for us. Same with Henderson, same with a lot of contracts. That's why when Klopp sat there in denial about the midfield, he went and pulled 7 of them a summer later. But anyway, regardless of Wijnaldum, big up to you, AT. I want to ask Mike a question, and I'm going to timestamp it. Liverpool in the knockout competitions. I want to talk just strictly FA Cup and UCL here, Mike, right? And this is where I'm going to ask the question where we have to objectively look at Liverpool's future. I'm with Jamie. I want to be positive. I'd like nothing more than to come here and go like, we're going to win the Champions League, going to win the FA Cup and all that. But everything you just said, Mike, in terms of application, in terms of manager, in terms of moments, Champions League, right? Galatasaray this Tuesday. Everything that Mike just said leads to me thinking we won't win the UCL. I'll tell you why. Because he's saying Liverpool don't concentrate in moments. And we know infamously the Champions League is won in moments. He's saying Liverpool lose games towards the end. And we know that a lot of Champions League games do end at the end. Manchester City, Real Madrid. And he's saying that Liverpool players are inconsistent and don't always apply themselves in the same place on top of a manager that keeps switching stuff up. Meaning, I am speaking for Mike here because I know what he's alluding to. It wouldn't shock me if we go away to Galatasaray and we play Salah and Ekitike up top together in a 4-4-2. It wouldn't shock me if he plays Salah on the right, Gakpo on the left. It wouldn't shock me if he plays Sobo right back, or Curtis right back, or Frimpong right back. Guess what? Because we've seen all these things before. So we're in a position now where moving forward, as much as positivity is our right, like we have to try to be positive as much as possible. Mike, how can Liverpool win the Champions League or the FA Cup? Both questions.
Okay. Listen, just to clarify, this so-called confidence that you say that I'm speaking with, it's not confidence. I'm just saying I don't think that Galatasaray is the team that's going to knock us out. Like, I think that we can easily make it to the quarterfinal and then we can lose there. Like getting through Galatasaray does not mean that I'm saying we have an actual chance at winning the Champions League, because unless we get to the semi, I don't know, right? And you'd have to get through PSG or Chelsea to do that. But if we are to win the Champions League, number one, we're going to have to actually be clinical in front of goal and consistent in front of goal. Number two, Rio is going to have to see minutes, because I need to have a winger that can actually take on a fullback. I need to have a winger that can actually stretch the pitch. Number three, we're going to have to stick with 4 in midfield, because I'm going to need that extra element of control. I need to see Curtis Jones, Maka, and Gravenberch and Wirtz all playing at the same time. Frimpong needs to stay healthy, because that's my only injection of pace on the right-hand side. And I'm going to need a little bit to go my way, but every team needs a little bit to go their way. But, in terms of personnel, those are the most glaringly obvious things. 4 midfielders, Rio at least playing 30 minutes a game. Salah's going to have to show up. Frimpong is going to have to show up and show out. Simple as that. Like, we have the players to be clinical. We can score goals, right? But it's more about, are we going to set ourselves up to actually do that? Are we going to put the players on the pitch at the right minutes? Are we going to play with 4 midfielders? Are we going to stay stable? But yeah, I mean, again, I've never.
What do you think happens? Do you tell me what you think happens?
I think, personally, I think we're going to get through Galatasaray. Then I think we're going to play PSG, and we'll get through PSG. And then I can't say what's going to happen in this. And then if I'm going to be Mike of all season, if I'm going to be the Mike in October that was talking, terminal 5, stage 5 terminal cancer, the most Liverpool thing ever would be we get to the semifinal, we get a lead in the first leg, and then we get knocked out on the second. That would be the most Liverpool thing to do this season. But I don't want to put anything out there. I'm not going to make any predictions. I'm not going to put any nails in any coffins. But I think we will make it to the semi. That's the
And
prediction. I will
FA
give
Cup,
you.
how do you feel about that? Before I ask the rest of the panel as well.
I mean, listen, FA Cup is all about draw. Like again, it's completely different than
Has anyone
it's-
actually checked who's left in this thing? Was
it's completely-
So,
Arsenal, Chelsea, City.
so you've
No, no,
got
no.
so you got
Go ahead.
Arsenal Mansfield, Chelsea Wrexham, City Newcastle, Fulham Southampton, Port Vale Sunderland, Leeds Norwich, and West Ham Brentford. They're the remaining games.
Yeah, it's all about who we draw.
I'll be honest with you, quarter final, Norwich City or Port Vale at Anfield, run it. And then we get to the semis and then we'll speak.
100%. And remember, semi aren't the semis at Wembley too?
Wembley. Yeah.
Yeah,
West
exactly.
Ham.
So semi neutral ground, Liverpool, kind of half decent at Wembley. Just saying, outside of last year, but yeah, I don't know.
You
That's
guys remember Barnsley?
We'll be fine. We'll be
Oh,
fine.
of course I do. But
So that wasn't as cut and dry.
No, I'm talking about the Carabao Cup. The final was at Wembley, but different competition, same stadium.
There's a lot of teams in that draw that we've dropped points to this season.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be honest with you, K-Mac. I'm trying to avoid Man City. I think we can't beat Man City this season. I fully believe.
I said just run me West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham at
Give me
Anfield.
West Ham.
Run me
Give me
West
West
Ham.
Ham.
You know, I always love when people go like, I don't care. You've got to beat the best to be the best. I'm not trying to do all that. I'll be honest. Just give me the easiest teams
I've got
possible. And I'm
ulterior
going to go
motive
like,
why I want West Ham
run
as
me
well.
Port
But yeah,
Vale
give me
at
West Ham.
Anfield. Port Vale
That's
at
what I want.
Anfield,
Can I-
please. Vamos,
can I-
let's go. Bro, Manchester
just
City
say
won how
something?
many Carabao Cups by beating Watford and Stockport and all this? No one cares, bro. Like,
Facts.
run me the easiest team possible, honestly.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something? And look, you can shoot me down in the chat, okay? Like you can call me Nancy Negative, whatever you want, but listen to the way we're talking now than we were last season. Do you remember last season when we were like, "Fuck it, give us PSG, give us Arsenal. We have to
Yes.
play them anyway." We didn't care who we got. Now we're sat there going, "Oh God, I really hope it's not."
I still don't care for
This-
the
Nah, in the Champions
this
League,
is
I
the
don't care.
problem.
In the
This is the
domestics
problem.
though, every day in England,
It's
I
affected
care. I'll be
all of
honest.
us mentally. And it shouldn't be like this. We just
Nah, it
bought a
shouldn't.
load of worldies. Like we literally had like there was a Coppish show a couple of weeks ago, and they were all talking about all the amazing players that we'd signed in the past. And I came on and went, "What about Wirtz and Isaac? Like they've got to be two of the best we've ever signed in my lifetime because they are banging their prime. We didn't buy players in their prime like that. Like, and we broke the transfer record twice. And we're in a situation where we're like, oh God, I really hope we get Port Vale. Like, this is the problem. Like,
The problem is the manager using world-class players and making them look like shit-class players. That's what he's doing.
No, I disagree.
Can't do this another year. Like, I really worry about getting Chelsea because they're a really good cup team. Like, they're a really good cup team. They turn up on the day. Like, and I know we beat them. I know we beat them with Jurgen twice on penalties, like in finals. I get that, but they have been good against teams. They battered Barcelona. They battered PSG already, like in the past. Like, that's a worry for me, Chelsea. And they've got a midfield that are really up for it in games, in Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. Like, so.
Do you guys think they want to draw Liverpool?
Was the Barcelona game on the Maresca or Rafinha?
It depends, Emeka, because I'm gonna shock you with my answer. I think PSG don't want to draw Liverpool. I think Chelsea would happily draw Liverpool because they have that fearless edge about them. I think City would happily take us on. Bayern would be worried about us because of a good record against them. My honest answer to your question. And if the final is against Barca or Arsenal, I think Arsenal will be worried about us in the back of their head because we've beaten them and they haven't beaten us even under Slot. And with Barcelona, we also have a good record against Barcelona. We're actually the only English team with a positive record against Barca, for the people who don't know. We're actually the only one. And we beat them in
anybody wants us, you know.
If I'm
from
not
Galatasaray.
mistaken, didn't
We haven't
beat
got a
them in
positive
the
record against
2000,
them.
when we won the UEFA Cup in the year 2000, we beat them on the route to the final as well, Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Rivaldo Barcelona, I swear?
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
We won the 2000 UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we beat Alaves. No, we
Yeah.
won the 2001 UEFA Cup. 1 second. It's the wrong season.
Yeah, Alaves, what was it, like 5-4? Something mad on it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy
5-4 we beat
scoreline.
Alaves. Here you go. Out to the final. Yep, we beat Barca in the semis. I knew it. I knew we beat Barca in the semis. I just knew it. Let me actually look at the
Yeah,
the
beat them in 06-07 on the route to the final that year too.
Yes, we did, brother. Yes, we did.
I watched that
Yes.
Alaves game on a black and white TV in the woods when I was on exercise in the army.
I don't know. I'd kind of be down for Chelsea, man. That'll just be a European heritage matchup, man.
You see, if we get past Galatasaray, I genuinely back us against anyone in Europe, like with this current squad. And that's because, I don't know, the players just seem to play the Champions League differently. And I get my worries would more so be against the English teams because like I says, in Europe, I'm kind of confident against anyone in Europe. But how we've been playing in England, that's why I was saying, like, for the FA Cup, yeah, run me the Port Vales, the West Hams, I'm fine with that. But in Europe, I actually don't think teams look at us the same way they've been looking at us in the Premier League, like your Chelsea's, probably City and Arsenal.
You notice why I said the English teams would
Well,
want us?
not Arsenal.
That's
Let
what
me
I
not
said.
say Arsenal, because in all honesty, they've only managed to take a point off us this season. That's it. But Chelsea, City, I think they still look on us within Europe and be like, regardless of our domestic form, Champions League, for one, even on the slot, we still have a good record. Hate to say it, but we do. And two, apart from the Galatasaray and the PSV game, we haven't looked diabolical. Like, we might have looked poor in games or in moments, but for the majority, we've been the better team in the rest of those games and came away with the wins respectively. So by that metric, the only team I'm worried about in the Champions League is Galatasaray, because I think they look on us and they're like, baby food. Liverpool, yeah, we want them. They're the only team I look on right now from our side of the draw who I think they're the only ones who look on us and think, yeah, I want Liverpool. Everyone else, I think they still look on us like, if we get them, we'd have to beat them. But if we could avoid them, I'd rather try and avoid them as much as possible.
Yeah. I'd actually want the Chelsea series because right now we're 2-2 in knockouts. They've beat us twice. We've beaten them twice. I wouldn't mind getting Chelsea and seeing how that goes. You got to beat the good teams, man. That's the beauty of the Champions League, man. You can't run. You can't run.
Slot spoke about
You're
PSG
taking
for
it
so
now,
long.
yeah.
He's given me a
You're more
tiny
than
fetish of
taking it.
wanting them in the next round, but I feel like Chelsea get it done.
Oh, if we get PSG,
like it.
we're never gonna hear the end of it, bro.
I know, but like, he spoke about them so many times.
pre-match
This
press
season in the
conference is
Champions
gonna be the
League,
most
I've been
jarring
saying for the
thing.
knockouts, I'd take PSG again.
The
I'd run it back.
press conference leading up to the game will be so jarring.
Terrible.
It'd actually be so irritating, bro. I'll be honest with you.
What's it, gaslighting, wasn't it?
God.
Yeah, he's gonna
Look,
speak
before we
about
wrap up,
last
tell
year's
me
game.
all of you guys' predictions for the Galatasaray game. What's your prediction? KJ, I'll start with you. Let's do reverse order. What's your prediction, KJ?
1-0.
1-0. Okay. Emeka?
That's 1-0 for Liverpool, you said, KJ?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go 2-1.
2-1. Okay. I know Mike's not here. Jamie, what's your prediction?
2-0.
Mr. Positive over here. K-Mac, what's your prediction?
It's a great result away from home. Great
Same as
result.
Jamie's.
Say that again.
Same as Jamie's 2-all.
2-all. Oh, positive Jamie and negative K-Mac went for the same prediction. Gotta love you.
2-0 is a great result away from
I
home.
think that's a great result. It's a great result.
It is.
Hey, they're not bringing fans to Anfield, by the way.
We need to
Yes.
play what we played at the Emirates. That's
Their
what we
fans
need to
are
do.
banned, by the way.
I think Arnie will throw all his tactics out the window again. And
Mike, what's
Yeah,
your
'cause
prediction
the-
for Tuesday?
I think we'll win 2-0.
I actually have a completely different prediction. I think we'll draw 0-0 in that game. I think we're going to go ultra defensive. I won't even lie to
Same.
you. fully feel it. I think we're going to go ultra defensive away at Galatasaray, and we're going to leave with a draw. And then we'll bring them to Anfield and beat them. I think at Anfield we'll win like 3-1 or something, but I think we'll get complete, like, just goalless draw away. And that's a legitimate prediction by me. I think we're going to go so defensive. If anything, I see us winning like a 1-0 on the counter, you know, with Mo and Ektik at halfway line, or Verts there as well at halfway line, where we have a counter-attacking opportunity, Frimpong on the overlap, something like this. But outside that, I see that's the result I'm going for. I think we might keep a clean sheet or just concede a goal or something, 1-1, 0-0, something like this. But eventually we'll go through. Anyway, guys, look, this has been an absolutely incredible stream. Mike Das LFC is in the description. KMAC channel is in the description. Liverpool Chats TV is in the description. That's where you can find Jamie Phillips. And of course, you can find Emeka on this channel. So just subscribe over here. And KJSJ7 is where you can find KJ the fraud. You get to go subscribe over to KJSJ7.
What you say for me for?
And then I just felt like calling a fraud. I don't know why. Big up to you, KJ. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm going to redirect you guys over to Donversation. He's live right now, Don C. He's the Arsenal fan, Don C. Go over there and tell him Hussam Raid. Let's make his day. Let's try to get him to 300 subs as well. So, yeah, love to all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, inshallah, on the City Watch Along. Peace out.